104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
All right, Mother's Day is Sunday.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas and the mama who play the mama role.
Now, do you
for
say that to mothers-to-be? Say you're 8 months pregnant. Do they get a Happy Mother's Day as well?
That's always been a debate. Do you already have a child? Then you are already a mom.
You're working on it.
And you're working on it. I didn't want to celebrate real Mother's Day until my child was born.
Yeah.
Until my
This is
child
a
was actually here.
Personal choice, I guess.
Because, I just want to make sure everything goes swimmingly.
And plus, you
know?
want to make sure
So everything's good. Just
don't jinx anything.
let the baby get here, and then, we'll do that. So Mother's Day spending, it's crazy. The National Retail Federation said consumer spending on Mother's Day was expected to rise this year. A lot of people go the gift route, even if it's something just like flowers or a card or a meal out. They say the consumer spending is expected to reach $34.1 billion this year.
Goodness.
That is up from 33.5 last year. And what does this mean for the average person? On average, people are planning to spend about $259 on Mother's Day gifts and celebrations like lunches, brunches, whatever. That's a little bit more than they budgeted for last year. Now, thoughtful gifts are always popular. Stuff like, you go to the Mad Potter, you make like a plate or something, or you made them a card.
You do,
something
you
homemade or
cherish
art
that.
or crafty. Why are you laughing at that, Sam? Your kid's going to do that one day.
I was looking up some fun adventures to do over the weekend here in Houston.
Like
Mother's
ziplining
Day?
at 8 months pregnant? Sure, why not?
No, and there's a workshop for lady toys that you can make.
Oh.
And Eric and I keep laughing. I'm like, we should
Pottery.
do this for Try It Tuesday.
Pottery class.
We can make
Come
that.
on
Of
in.
adult products.
Low price of $60.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Are tariffs that bad that we got to make our own toys now?
Oh, my God.
When you say try it Tuesday, you mean we build something?
Yes,
It's a try it
it's
yourself
make
kit.
your own, toy.
okay.
Sure. Okay.
Y'all gonna screw that
Low
up.
price of $60.
Wow.
Yeah, I
So
want the
that's why we're
experts doing
giggling.
that.
That's the same price as those sassy canisters I talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
So that's
website.
why I'm laughing, because you're like, yeah, thoughtful gifts. I'm like, well, I guess the husband could make this for his wife, and that would be very thoughtful.
Awkward.
Is it a piece of wood with a knife and
And have the children give it to her?
whittle
No.
it down?
48% of people want to give a gift that is unique or different, and that's definitely unique and different. 42% want to find a gift that creates a special memory, and 36% of men are looking to give the wife in their life a gift experience. Some of the trending Mother's Day activities include cooking classes, going to see a show, maybe a wine tasting. A lot of moms always say, leave me alone. And people get offended by that. But the reason the mom wants to be left alone is because in the American culture, the mother is never left alone because the mother is carrying everything. The mother probably works. The mother is doing everything, where the joke is, ask your husband if he knows what the second grade teacher's name is.
Yeah, it's true.
Your wife
Yeah,
knows,
they know
you
all
don't
the
know.
details. So
We
it's
did that-
basically asking for a little peace.
But I think
and quiet.
Exactly right.
But you still have to acknowledge them, guys. We can't just say, okay, we just let you alone. Oh, you wanted a card? You wanted us to say
No,
something?
make them
Right.
dinner.
Some people take it too
Yeah,
extreme.
you got
like,
to acknowledge, but let them do
Yeah.
their thing.
Yeah. One report online found that Americans might spend less on gifts this year because the budget's a little tighter these days, so you can find other ways around that, which is true. I mean, yes, everybody's feeling the belt tighten. So whatever it is for the mom in your life, you can ask her what she wants. A lot of times moms are so exhausted, they don't even want to be, I don't know. Here's my thing. And I've said this before on the air because every mom has gone through this. I don't care what generation you are. You could be sitting next to your father as a child, and you will yell to your mother to bring you a Band-Aid.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you're sitting right next to your dad. Yeah, and instead of saying, Daddy, I have a boo-boo, can I have a Band-Aid? You say, Mommy, I have a boo-boo, can you bring me a Band-Aid? You're sitting right next to your dad.
But you're nurturing.
The default is the mom. The default is always the mom.
Moms are just nicer and just, I don't know,
Are we?
you feel safer with your mom.
The
but when it
question
comes to that stuff when you're sick and hurt.
Yeah, the question I have, guys, and I want to know your opinions on this.
Okay.
I feel like, obviously our American culture does not treat mothers, pregnancy, maternity leaves, all that stuff the same as other countries. We've heard these crazy things. Like my cousin's in Australia, when she had her baby, she got 1 year maternity leave.
Oh,
paid.
my God.
A year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know,
And she
radio,
still had a job to come back to.
I know a radio producer, she got a whole year off.
Yeah, you get a year off in Australia.
But Canada, too, you get, but Canada, I don't know if they pay you, though.
In European countries,
Europe.
they
Yeah.
absolutely treat this like, hello, you just created another human and you're exhausted
exactly
and your
what
body
it
has to
is.
recover. In America, we are such a workhorse nation.
Well, we
are
take
such a
less
workhorse
vacation
nation
and-
that you are not. I mean, pregnant women don't even get blinked at twice. Like, we are not in a world, in a community in Houston where you're on metro transit all the time, like subways and stuff. But at this point now, I feel like if there's a pregnant woman as pregnant as Sam is right now, 8 months pregnant, she'd probably walk on a train and nobody would be like, oh, have my seat.
I just went into a place to go get a smoothie, and all these guys are looking at me. Not one of them offered me their seat. Not
that's
one of them
wrong.
offered to open the door for me when I had 3 smoothies in my hand.
Wow.
Not one of them offered to let me sit there or put anything down. They just stared at
Do
me.
you
They're
feel like
jerks.
it's harder? And even
I was shocked.
that
I was like,
is.
I'm not asking for a lot.
Right,
I
and
wouldn't
our-
have even taken your seat. It was just the respectful part of
Yeah,
like,
just to be
or
asked
open
or
the freaking
acknowledged.
door for me.
Yes. With your hands full.
Hands
and literally,
full.
if you
That's
can't see
weird.
Sam, you've not seen social media, Sam's 8-month pregnancy, it's legit a basketball.
It is.
Like, she's not wearing maternity clothes, y'all.
You
so
are
everything
very,
is
very
real tight.
pregnant. Yeah.
It's out there.
And it's obvious you are holding a baby about to have it. So my question is, I feel like in our country, we
It's
are just, it's so
weird.
much harder. That's why the moms are so overexhausted and they are so mentally drained. And it is so much of like, if I don't get acknowledgement on the one day it's actually called Mother's Day, I am divorcing my family. I am leaving my husband.
Bang the
I am
gardener.
done with this mental load.
Well, what is that stat? The very
My
next
husband
day
is
after
the
Mother's Day.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
when the most
that's right. What drives it, right?
signups
Yeah.
for like Ashley Madison and all those cheating sites.
And like, why can't we? And here's and the other thing that I wrestle with is over my years of going to different countries to see different family members, I'm always like looked at ever since I've told the story before. When I was 22 years old, I was having coffee at this cafe, visiting my family in Greece, and my cousin's best friend, smoking his Marlboro Red. He's a painter. You know, they do the siestas in Europe where they take like the afternoons off. The business is shut down for the half day.
I love to do that.
And they come back at 5 o'clock. They open the stores again. And he's looking at me like, I know, Kevin, you Americans, you guys work yourselves to death. But I was thinking, well, because we like money and we need it.
Wait to have things.
You know what I mean?
Let's
We
have
like
no
to have
choice.
things because you have to think of how warped it is. Like at that time, this was like 1990, I don't know what year it was, 98, 99. Their average income was like 26,000 and they were making it work. Where our average income was like 40 something, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, they're still showing that like even our lowest state makes more than most of those countries.
right.
But
So-
how do they
but- and
survive? Because it's so expensive over there for everything.
well, I mean,
But they don't have the things that they want. Like we buy a lot of things here.
we do buy a lot
Yeah.
of
Unnecessary.
Yes, and
We
actually,
consume a
that's a
lot.
great
Yeah,
point, Eric. Because think of all these when you watch like House Hunters International. Look at how small everything is,
Yeah, the
and how
micro-
like
the
minimalist
kitchen,
everything
the-
is.
And they
Yeah,
have
the
the washer and
washing machine.
dryer in the kitchen,
Yes.
and like instead
Yes.
of dishwasher.
And there's no room for the clutter that we have in America. The reason hoarders exist, I've never seen international hoarders.
No, there's
do they
probably
have the
not even
space to
one.
hoard like that?
I bet there's a few.
They
but
know
I'm
better.
sure, but
Because we're much more overindulgent as a society. We are. I mean,
I feel
if
like
you go
as
to
we
Europe,
work harder,
you
we
don't
buy
see-
more, we have more, we do
we're
more.
also bigger. We got more land. Like think about how
Yeah.
big America
Spread
is.
out.
Spread out.
Yeah,
you
there
could
were-
have a house and spend 50 grand on a house in some crappy state.
You know, Eric's
like,
on.
you know what I mean? Like
No,
some
I
area
know-
that doesn't
I know
have
what you're
a lot of
saying.
business,
Yeah.
but
50 grand for a house?
well, I'm
Sam-
exaggerating. But there's some places that are shacks.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you look
yeah,
at like
yeah.
a like a state
Mississippi,
like,
I bet you go to certain
yeah.
parts of Mississippi.
I guess you're right. You're
you
right.
look at a state like Wyoming, there's more people in Katy than that entire state.
Right. Eric, your sister-in-law works with a whole bunch of international students.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had conversations before with different groups of people who they just don't understand why we need so much here. Like our houses are big and we want them to be bigger. But why do you need them so big? Why do y'all need it? Why do you need this? Well, is that a wrong question
Because
to
we're
ask, or
taught
is it like
that. It's
because
all about
we're
mass
America.
consumption.
We like it big.
I feel like that's the secret sauce of our success.
Yeah.
We want things, but we work hard to get them. Like your friends saying we work too hard. Well, we're gonna outwork you.
Right. Because I was thinking
Like
to
this
myself,
job,
that,
I'd say I'm not the best at producing. People are like, oh, you're so great, Eric, around the country. I'm like, I just put in the time.
you know, in
I
that
just work extra hard.
Right,
I
in
wanna
that
go home,
moment,
but no, I
Eric, when
stay.
that guy was like slowly smoking that Marlboro Red, man, I'll never forget that box of Reds on that cafe table. And I remember thinking to myself, I know I'm going to make more money than you, like for my whole life. Like that guy is probably still smoking his Marlboro
Does that
Reds.
mean you're going to be happier? Because it's been my experience, and I've only traveled overseas a few times, but they genuinely seem like happier people than we are.
I mean, how do we know?
I
We're on
don't
vacation.
know.
I mean, they're just more
yeah,
chill.
we
when
live
you're on
there,
They're more
vacation-
chill, and they just don't stress
We're
about
also
the
you're
things that we do.
vacationing, like in vacation places.
Yeah, it's called vacation. It's fun because it's vacation. Once you live there, it's
like
not.
New York. Everyone has so much fun. I want to move to New York. It's like, yeah, you're there for a
Expensive.
weekend.
Yeah, you're like, go
Try to
get
live
a
there 6
300 square
months.
foot apartment that costs you $4,000 a month and then see how you like it.
Yeah, when I worked there, I was broke all the time.
Yeah,
we
I
don't know
just
how
went-
good we have it here in Houston. I'm like, God, it's like half the price.
So
That's
anyway,
what I say. If you're going to work at Walmart, work at Walmart in Houston than New York.
right, your
more
money in
back.
dollar stretches more
I know you
here.
got family there and stuff, but
So bringing
Take
it
your
back
whole
around
family.
to why the mom is exhausted, we are living in a society where we always want more and we demand more and we need more, which means you need more from the woman who rules the roost. Give her her day,
Yes.
whatever that means.
You are literally the
Whatever
givers
that
of life.
means.
You give us life. You perpetuate the species. For God's sakes, you should be honored.
Yeah. So Dr. Viviana Coles is coming in here next to tell us more about this. Do not give the woman in your life to divorce you on Monday because you screwed her over.
I know
on
because she's a
Mother's
relationship therapist and stuff. I want to know
That's
about
right.
like that. If this is true on Mondays, where women feel they're not getting the worth,
I feel slighted.
yeah, the slighted.
Day. Stepped on, slighted, and ignored. Okay, here we go. Dr. Viviana Coles will talk to us next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1.
KRPE.
Secret sound time. Secret sound time. Secret sound time. You would know this if you texted secret to 37530. You knew it was time to be caller 104 833-390 KRBE. The jackpot is big. $1,976.
God, we're almost to $2,000. So we're looking.
$1,976 up for grabs.
We're looking for caller 104.
Yeah, so it's all brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union after Dochi. We're going to get caller 104. We're going to see if we get a winner, or we add another $104 to this secret sound jackpot on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Walking.
Another winner? Secret sound? Or an even bigger jackpot?
All right, looking for caller
goodness.
104.
Now listen, a clue was given out. If you text the word secret to 37530, the clue was given out this morning to help this along. It's kind of like when a mom's about to give birth and she's laboring, like, well, what can we do to help this along? We gave out a clue so we can give away some money. $1,976 is the jackpot right now from Shell Federal Credit Union. It is the secret sound. We're looking for caller 104 to guess the secret sound. We'll play the secret sound, read the list of the wrong answers, and then see what's happening there.
So we're going to see if our phone is working.
Uh-oh.
Because this contest is so massive that we could not pick up behind the scenes
We
to get
overloaded?
caller 104. So let's go live and see if this person
Okay.
can hear us, and we'll go from there.
Ahmad, tell me the line number that is the caller 104 line.
Line 5.
Line 5 is the caller 104 line because
All
we
right.
count down the numbers.
We're flying blind.
Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. You are live on the radio. Do you hear my voice? This is Roula. Hi, what's your name?
Uh-oh.
See?
Oh, my God.
We just had calls for the last segment we did.
Oh my God, all those moms called in.
And then
Yeah.
we gave the clue away. We gave the clue away
just
because if you text the
shorted
keyword
out-
secret
it
to
shorted out the
37530,
system. Oh,
and now
wow.
the
That's
phones aren't
crazy.
working. So
We'll
we
have to
see
reboot.
everybody calling, and the phones aren't working.
And for all I know, caller 5 might be hearing us through these mics and we can't hear them back.
We can't hear them.
Can you get their?
They're up and everything.
Does it show a number on the other screen?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
other
and then
screen
we
and
can-
write it down.
Can we dial out?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me put them down.
That's crazy.
Kev, can
All
we
right.
dial out?
I think we can.
Should we
So
try
get the
we-
number and then we'll
Rula
dial
will be
it
able
out.
to see the
Yeah.
Write the
phone
I see
number.
the numbers.
Okay,
Write it down
Okay,
real
write down.
quick.
Okay.
I'll go call them in the other
Should I
room.
try it one more time? Because I just heard that let me just try it one more time.
Okay, try one more
Just don't
time.
lose them.
Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. This is Roula. Do we hear you?
I think we
Do
hear
you hear
something.
my voice? And what's your name?
My name's Rebecca.
Rebecca, you're caller 104!
Big collective.
Rebecca, you're caller 104!
Oh, that's awesome.
I hope to God you're calling for secret sound.
Oh, yeah.
Not to call about what you know about your mom.
I want to know what the weather's like today.
Okay, Rebecca. First hurdle jumped. You are caller 104. Second hurdle, the phones
was a
work.
big
We can
hurdle.
hear you. That was a huge one.
Yeah.
Okay, Rebecca, we're going to play the secret sound, then we will give you the list, the long list of wrong guesses.
Here we go.
And then you're going to guess. Okay, so here is the secret sound. Okay, one more time. Now, here's the list of the wrong guesses. Rebecca, listen carefully. Don't say the same thing.
Okay, Rebecca, it's not a hole puncher, opening and closing a door, a stamp, a rotary phone, automatic stapler, copier, opening and closing a latch on a suitcase, a payphone, a deadbolt lock, a handheld stapler, pushing in a keyboard drawer, car door opening, credit card imprint machine, metal rings on a binder closing, punch time clock, a nail gun, a vending machine, and it is not closing a stroller.
Okay.
Those are not the
That
right
being
answers.
said,
For $1,976 from Shell Federal Credit Union. Rebecca, what do you think is the secret sound?
Okay, so I think it is. Well, I would think it's a refrigerator, like opening, closing a refrigerator.
oh, I'm sorry.
Did you get the clue by chance? Did you become an insider and get the clue?
Yes.
Okay. So I can see why you
And did you read the clue?
thought fridge. No, I can see why she thinks that. I almost said something that's kind of related, but I can't say anything. So, okay.
Darn it.
Rebecca, that's not it. The jackpot now gets another $104 to make it $2,080. But I feel like we're getting very close.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like people
The
are
clue is
texting
out
and getting
now.
stuff.
Yes.
People, when they got the clue, texted the answer.
The correct
So
answer.
the correct answer is out there. You just need to be caller 104 to give it to us. So thank you so much, Rebecca.
Four
Try
more
again.
times.
4 more chances. The secret sound brought to you by Shell Federal Credit Union. All right.
Man.
Now it's time for our visit with Dr. Viviana Coles. Hi.
Good morning.
Dr.
Always fun
Viviana
having
Coles
you in here.
comes to our studio every now and again. She is a marriage therapist, couples therapist. You were on Married at First Sight for how many seasons?
6.
6 seasons
And we have
on
some,
Netflix.
some big news. Did you want to share that right away? That
No,
way-
no, we can't.
Oh, we can't do that yet?
No, they have to do it first. I'm sorry.
Oh, they haven't done it yet?
No, they haven't done it yet. So,
Okay.
yeah, y'all
Oh,
stay tuned.
man.
You'll have to go to
Okay,
drviviana.com.
Just
or
go to my, follow my
me.
stories. I'll just tell everybody. Producer Eric.
If you want to find out,
If you want to
I'm just
find Dr. Coles online, it is Dr. spelled out Viviana. So Vivi, Viviana.
Yeah.
Dr. Viviana on Instagram.
Yeah, or just Google Houston Relationship Therapy right out there. That's my private practice.
Do you
and
see
that's
an
where I help-
uptick in business after Mother's Day? A
Oh
lot
my
of moms
gosh,
just
after
being very
every
hurt.
holiday, and we're going to talk about why. I mean,
Yeah,
y'all,
what?
you're absolutely right. A lot of women, there are like over 400% of moms tend to if they're going to cheat, they do it the day after Mother's
They feel
Day.
unappreciated.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, yeah. And
That's the last straw. They're like, I'm done with this.
It's the last straw. They have either felt underappreciated forever. It's not just like you have a bad Mother's Day. Okay, let me go cheat. But definitely they feel like it is the sign that they needed to say, this isn't working. I am underappreciated. How is it that on Mother's Day I'm exhausted? Like, that is not, and there's no end in sight.
Is it cheat or leave the relationship?
Well,
Or check out.
the stats say it's cheat.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of
people
moms
can cheat and stay in a relationship.
True, but I felt like it was like the things that I feel like I've been seeing more and more in concentrated, Dr. Viviana, is the word mental load. That's gonna be like the phrase of the year is going to be mental load. And I feel like it's not really even about wanting another man. It's about the mental load that the man that you have doesn't understand you're carrying.
So that happens all year round.
Okay, yes, of course.
So 71% of mothers say they are responsible for keeping track of the family schedule, to-dos, and emotional upkeep. And 3/4 of those women are resentful. And that's happening year round.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the cheating is happening right after Mother's Day, but the resentment is all year round.
What can they do either side? Because
Yeah.
if you have that resentment, maybe have you told the guy? Because sometimes we're oblivious. And we don't know what you're
that's
feeling.
what
about.
part of the resentment that she has to tell you.
That's a choice that you're
shouldn't have
oblivious.
to.
How can, if
Well,
you
obviously
notice...
it's not working. You can say that, but if
If
put
you
your head in the
notice,
sand, you got to
though,
do something.
that your partner, that if you have never packed your suitcase, or if you have never packed the kid's suitcase, or just the overnight bag, or just the bag to go to, childcare, grandmother's house, that should be something that's quantifiably different than your partner.
Oh, yeah.
And you should notice that. And if you don't notice, I need everybody doing a mental checklist right now because this weekend is a sign to at least acknowledge it. Look, you may not know how to do these things, but that is not an excuse for not acknowledging your partner's efforts. And even being more grateful because you don't know how to do these things and don't. I have another stat for y'all.
Tell us.
Over half of new mothers, 51%, say they felt completely alone in the relationship during the first year of having a child.
Completely alone.
Wow, that's really.
Now, what's the backup to that?
Yeah, what do you think?
Sleepless nights, the identity shift from being a woman and maybe a wife or whatever to being mom. For so many couples, that's a real struggle.
Now, does any of it have to do with I used to be the center of his universe, but now he's paying more attention to the child and none to me?
Well, I'll say it goes both ways. She's also doing the same thing. So there's this alienation and loneliness that can happen. And that happens for most couples. They don't know how to shift, which is why my relationship therapy practice is so busy, is because so many people want to be in long-term relationships. They have no idea how to transition.
To Ryan's point about that, I automatically thought of the opposite. When Ryan said, well, he used to dote on me, but now he dotes on the baby. No, I've seen so many women come to this show, Dr. Coles, because the man in their life is jealous of the baby.
Or jealous of the dog.
You don't pay attention to me anymore.
Right?
It's all about the baby. It's all about the baby. And yes, because it's a baby.
Yeah.
It needs me to survive.
So
Right.
it's in my book, The 4 Intimacy Styles. I talk about how our obsession with parenting culture, we don't have to put 99.9% of our efforts into being good parents. If you put in at
We
least...
don't?
We
What are
don't.
you talking about,
Well,
woman?
let me tell you why. Because when we put more effort into being a healthy couple, our kids benefit from that.
Great point.
I've got another stat for you. 60% of married mothers admit they feel more like co-parents or roommates than romantic partners once the kids arrive.
I can see that, yeah.
The kids
Well, yeah,
arrive,
because you're
well,
so exhausted and there's so much going on, and think of like how much more accelerated your life is when now you've added a life to your life.
But not everybody's got the option,
Single moms.
having money and,
But then you see
It's
married
true.
people, they're cheating all the time too. So
yeah.
I know everybody needs to have kind of a weekly check-in. You want to make sure that you're at least addressing the fact that it exists. If you're feeling like roommates after the kids show up, remind your partner that first and foremost, you need to be good, especially because y'all have no idea, I would imagine. I have so many adults in my practice, because that's what we see, who have been completely messed over by what was shown or wasn't shown in their households by their parents. So
Okay, yeah.
So
they're
they're following in
watching
their parents'
you.
footsteps.
Right,
So
They're
they learn.
watching you.
Yeah.
Have you seen 4 seasons yet? I was talking
I
about.
have.
Isn't that crazy? That's
Yeah,
like
Netflix.
I told people if you're over 40,
You need to watch.
you're
Well, Eric
doing
said
married.
this morning, Dr.
you're
Cole,
under
that
30, you won't get it.
if the woman in your life is watching 4 seasons this weekend
yourself.
and she slighted on Mother's Day, she's
You're
going to
screwed.
divorce you on Monday.
Yeah, you're.
You need to be checking in on her every 10 minutes.
And if you watch it together, it might be a great way to bring up stuff in your own
Yes.
relationship. Because there's one part where a character is like, we're in bed, she's on a screen, she's on playing Farmville, and she's not doing. She used to do these things with me. She doesn't even go on the boat anymore. She doesn't do this and that. And he's like, we've been married 25 years. I'm like 53. I want to.
Yeah.
Do things for another
I wanna
30 years of my
live.
life.
Let me
I don't
live.
want to be in this relationship anymore.
Well, I have some really good free resources for all of y'all at drviviana.com/free. And if you go to drviviana.com/KRBE, you get a special discount code. So take advantage, y'all. This is an important time of year for everyone, but especially for moms out there. Address their needs and the whole family will be happy.
Yeah, I feel like a mom doesn't want to have to ask her mate for what she wants. And I know men say we're not mind readers.
True.
But it's like
There's basic common sense, though.
There's a connection here with a movie. We come back. I'm going to talk about the breakup connection. What is the breakup connection to how right now you could solve a problem between your wife and you?
But it's also
guys?
called communication.
Communication.
If you
yes,
can't communicate,
but it is
we
the
can't,
breakup
we can't read your
connection.
mind. That's what sucks.
Okay, but connected to the breakup. The movie, The Breakup. That's what I'm calling it, the breakup connection. We will elaborate next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, we have Dr. Viviana Coles live in studio. Hi, Dr. Viviana Coles.
Hello. It's always a treat having you in here.
Marriage and family therapist can be found online at Dr. spelled out Viviana, Viviana on Instagram and your website.
HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com, drviviana.com, all of it. Yeah.
So we're talking about Mother's Day and relationships in general. And, listen, I think on the everyday, people who have the right connection with their partner, I feel like we're kind of hyper-focusing on the negative Nancy stuff because it is a hypersensitive topic on the Mother's Day weekend.
Yes, it is.
Of so many women who, are just living with it. And the Mother's Day is the crescendo of like, I'm not living with this on this day.
It was the
Can you
straw that
just
broke the
please-
camel's back.
Yeah.
I get
And-
one day.
just the one day. And it should be an everyday, but that's not how we live our lives. So we were talking about the stat that a lot of women will turn to cheating on the day after Mother's Day because they are just done with the things that they need that they're not getting. And I said, there's a breakup connection. The breakup connection, I think, is something everybody needs to see. If you're in a relationship and you don't get why your wife is mad or you just don't understand her, like you think, well, if you just asked me, I would have done it. For a woman, we don't want to have to ask you. We want you just to understand it. And here's the breakup connection. We're going to play this scene from the movie, The Breakup. Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn are not married. They are in a long-term committed relationship.
Living together.
Living together.
Okay.
And her family and his family were coming over to dinner. She works all day. He works all day. In this scene, she is prepared. It's after the dinner is over. In the preparation of it, they already got in a fight because he did something. But this is the most important part of the scene. Everyone's gone. The kitchen is a mess. He has plopped on the couch to play video games to decompress from his day. But what's going on over there in the living room and the kitchen? Here's the scene.
We can clean the dishes tomorrow.
Garrett, I don't like waking up to a dirty kitchen.
Who cares?
I care, all right? I care. I busted my all day cleaning this house and then cooking that meal, and I worked today. It would be nice if you said thank you and helped me with the dishes.
Fine. I'll help you do the damn dishes.
Oh, come on. You know what? No, that's not what I want.
You just said that you want me to help you do the dishes.
I want you to want to do the dishes.
Why would I want to do dishes? Why?
See, that's my whole point.
Let me see if I'm following this, okay? Are you telling me that you're upset because I don't have a strong desire to clean dishes?
No, I'm upset because you don't have a strong desire to offer to do the dishes.
I just did.
After I asked you.
And that is the scene that men need to really see what she's saying, because I think a lot of women were like, that's what it is. I want you to want to do it without me asking you to do it.
Yes. And because even when someone asks, you're still in charge of it. Ultimately, when we're working as a team, especially when you're trying to live with someone, which is it's very different than not living with someone. The expectation is that you're going to lessen the load. Two people should lessen the load.
I don't know why
support each other.
Guys can't do that. Like I would always. It's
Well, you're the
ironic.
perfect husband there, Ryan.
No.
It's like, give every guy's shrugging their
Look,
shoulders
who
right
am
now.
I? I'm the doofus that got dumped. But I'm just saying, like,
Exactly.
wouldn't you
Yep.
want to make your life,
Well,
your
it
wife's
depends.
life better?
Look, you would want to, but there's also this self-preservation. Maybe they've got a whole lot of stuff going on for themselves, but that does not excuse the fact that you should acknowledge that, hey, you're right. I understand that you want this. Okay, let me suck it up and do this for you now instead of next.
Do you think
tomorrow.
everyone should talk to each other, like when you're dating, get married, and say, "Hey, here's what
Setting
we should
those
do." 'Cause
expectations.
I don't think any of us.
Yeah.
I don't remember sitting there with my wife going, "Hey, okay, well, I'm doing the bills. I'm doing this."
But it's difficult because in the beginning,
it's just two people.
you're in that love bubble. You're just like all
By the time
romantic.
you get married, though, you're not.
Yeah, you kind of get into your routine. Now, Dr. Viviana, do you feel like
Is there a list that we are supposed to have?
there's just a wiring? We're just wired different as humans, males versus females, and we do have a control factor to our wiring as females.
I think
that men think propels this.
Well, yeah, because for instance, he might say, well, because you need the dishes to be done right now to get you to feel less stressed, I don't need that. So then the onus is on you to get it done. Like, I can wait until tomorrow. It doesn't bother me. The fact that it bothers you so much, work on that.
And I don't think this is a men
Stop
or
being
woman
so
thing. I
anal
think it
about
could
it,
be
you know?
respect.
Because think about
Hold
gay
on, wait.
couples.
Can I interrupt you for a second, Eric? What you just said, are you quoting a man's sarcasm, or are you saying that
Yes,
as
no.
Viviana Coles?
I'm quoting. Sorry,
Okay,
thank you.
I just want to
Thank
double
you
check
for
that.
Thank you. But here's the other side of it: is
I agree.
if you, as a partner, know that you're like maybe you're just used to them running around like the chicken with the head cut off. That doesn't mean they like being that way. That doesn't mean that's their personality. That's who they are. That could actually be a symptom of the fact that they're super stressed out, about to be on the verge of a breakdown. Don't take it as, oh, that's just my partner. No, guess what? She was not that before the kids.
Yeah.
She was probably more like you. She was having a good old time. Her hair wasn't turning great. No. I love you, honey. You're amazing. You do everything. But yeah, there's a whole other side of moms that they don't get to tap into as readily. And yes, it causes resentment. And unfortunately, it causes
men and women, though? I
divorces.
think it's just human being. Everyone's different. Because you could put
think
two
it's
gay
different
couples
for
there.
moms.
Kevin and Booster are different, but they're
That's
both
true,
men.
but
Yeah, but what she's
moms-
saying
What's that
is,
4-season show? That gay couple, they had a lot of problems.
Yes.
And then
So
it
we're
wasn't
not
because it was a
talking
woman.
about couples in general. I would say moms in general in the U.S. We put expectations on ourselves, on each other, and then the rest of the society does as well.
and you feel
So
like you don't
we're-
get enough support?
Yeah, I mean, the fact is, I tell people, because I learned from my parents, they put each other first. They said, no matter what, we're going to love each other more than we love you. That does not mean that they don't love us. They just said we're going to love each other more. So for a lot of people, they hear that, they're like, oh my gosh, that sounds just wrong. That sounds like, oh my gosh, they must just not, there's something wrong there. No. And so now I tell people, hey, you really should love each other. Your kids are going to appreciate and learn so much more.
And they're going to leave
But
you someday.
sometimes, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
hopefully going to
You
do
two
the
are-
same thing.
wanna stay
But here's
together.
the thing. So many moms think in order to be a quote unquote good mom, it means putting 100%, not even back into themselves not even to the relationship, but putting 100% into their kids and being a mom. When, first of all, their partner may not even have that expectation for them. Their kids might not even have that expectation for them. We need to also check ourselves as moms. Are we over-functioning at the expense of the entire family? And that does come up quite a bit. Identity issues come up quite a bit.
What's the solve for that? Like, what's the solution?
Well, first of all, acknowledging it to begin with. Are you over-functioning in your relationship? Is it starting to boil over? Do you see that maybe the father in the relationship is starting to notice, wow, like anytime they're going to plan a birthday party, I might as well just stay out of the house because it's going to be like a total...
I'm in the way?
I'm in the way, or she's just going to be ornery. She's going to be...
Wait, I call it party mom, Dr. Coles. Wait, y'all don't know, quote, party mom? And I'm not saying it, I'm saying it sarcastically. Party mom, you know your mom. When she had people coming over for a party, get out of party mom's way.
Yes.
And you better do exactly what she's asking you because people are coming over and we got to get this thing zipped up.
Yes.
Make it look good. Everything's supposed to be like the lemon scene in the breakup.
And that's
I need
just
12
very
lemons
funny.
for the centerpiece. Why do you need 12 lemons? Why can't I have I need 12. I need 12. Go get me 12. And
She
the guy's like,
specifically asked for the 12.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. And some party moms, right? That's happening every day with the way that the kids are dressed, with the way that the car is, packed, with everything. If you are overfunctioning, because that is overfunctioning,
For
you're
sure.
going to pay for it. And your
Yeah,
partner's
yeah.
going to feel alienated.
Do you think any of these pressures are brought on by themselves? Like they've set their own expectations too high?
Absolutely. I think if you're going into motherhood thinking that it is going to enhance your identity, enhance your sense of purpose, you need to check yourself more often than most because there's still so much more to you. And you need to tap into the different facets of who you
Can
are.
a marriage be successful if you're 50-50? I feel like you have to have somebody be the boss. Like
I think
someone
I
has
do
to be
think
like
that it's important to have
the
somebody at
bills
the
or something.
helm.
If you're doing that,
but
then
not
you're
with
both-
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have different skill sets, my goodness, really,
Use 'em.
use them. If somebody's amazing with numbers and just gets it,
Just let 'em
maybe
do the
they
money.
should
Yeah.
be dealing with the money. Not that you don't have access, not that you don't communicate often about it, either
just trust
weekly or
them.
monthly.
Because if you both say, we'll pay the bills together, and you forget, I thought you paid that bill.
Right.
Oh, I thought you paid that
I
bill. Or-
love the way that I load the dishwasher. I just do. So I'm going to do that, and I will end up redoing it. Now, do I?
So if he makes it,
You get more stuff in there.
But let me tell you, my husband cooks every meal.
Yeah.
And
That
if it was up to him,
so
he would
funny.
cook and clean because he likes to do it at the same time. But I'm like, no, so that's my thing that I would love to take on. I have a special skill.
So spoon against spoon or spoon separate from forks? Because spoons will spoon and then not get clean.
Put forks up or down.
I hate that.
Knives down.
It's
Knives
everything
down.
is supposed to be down because if not, you touch them with your hands. But I do up because they get cleaned better.
That's hard.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I hate getting stabbed though.
So funny.
You're trying to unload.
Oh,
you get
the knives
up.
are down.
That's why you
Knives
get the
down.
Miele dishwasher because it's a top rack.
Oh,
and
you
put
lay
all
them.
the appliances, they lay straight.
They have
Melee.
I've seen that for
Kinda
Thermador
bougie.
too.
Yeah,
it's the third rack, the Thermador
Send
third
me a
rack. I thought
Miele.
it
I
was.
don't know what that is.
Oh my goodness.
So
I know.
Fantastic.
For those just tuning in, we're talking to Dr. Viviana Coles. You can find her on Instagram, spelled out Doctor Viviana, and then her website is Houston.
Relationshiptherapy.com or drviviana.com.
So next time you're back, then you can drop the big news.
I hope so.
Eric's
Okay.
going to do it right now on his
No,
story.
you're not.
so bad.
Don't you dare.
Producer
There's
Eric,
a
I'm gonna
whole
drop it.
thing
Is
going
it
on.
television related news?
we can't even say we don't want to spoil
Can't
it.
even say it.
No.
I don't want to get her in trouble.
All right, we won't say anything. But thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you too, because you're a mama. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you enjoy your weekend.
Thanks.
Fill up that dishwasher to your heart's content. All right, guys. Listen, Secret Sound. Somebody just texted. Did we get a winner? No, we didn't. We just did Secret Sound right before our conversation with Viviana.
So we over 2,000 now?
$2,080 is the jackpot. 4 more chances today. Check your phone. We sent a
clue's
clue
out there.
and I got another text of the right answer.
Yep.
Some people know the answer,
But they can't get in.
They just got to be caller 104. All right, Special K. It has come to the time for you to bring us to the party.
Who wants to party?
And we got some throwbacks today with Aaliyah, Timbaland, Genuine, ODB.
Oh my God!
Dirty.
With Maya
Yes.
or no?
Baby, I got your money.
Ooh, baby, I got your money. Okay, we're gonna do the Friday free for all next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.